I'm going to visit the house now. Parking was awkward to get. There's like a wee overflow parking out here in the grass, but nothing signposted. It was parking on down, sun's shining on, I had to leave Luna. Can't leave in the sun, near the shady spot. Up here is coach parking. There's not many coaches going to get up in here. One motorhome. Like I said, when I came here years ago with a caravan, I arrived early. And I went down to the bottom of the lake is. But it seems busy today than it normally used to be. So it must be the Game of Thrones and all that there is making the place take off. Venture play area. House and gardens this way. So I don't know how long Game of Thrones is out, but I say this is why this place is more popular, because of Game of Thrones and like Dungeons and Dragons and whatever other videos they make. I tried to get in there, see that's too small. Lock view, quiet space. It's open from Monday 10 AM to 4 PM to relax and unwind and get away from the hustle and bustle. So if you want to just come up here and sit down, that's probably, if you're a member, like, you can come up here and sit down. I've never seen any non-Austell, so I'll probably have this here. It's not even say it's on a sunny spot. But if you come with a group of people and someone's not interested in history, they come in here, get the laptop out. There's the main car parks there now, like, see the sun's shining on them. But it's just like, there's nothing to say overflow car park or nothing like that. You come in, there's these wee lanes, they're private or they're not, you don't know. So here we have here now, look. Trailheads and trails, Trailblazer Cafe, the barn play area, farm animals and Cornwall, Clear Sky Adventure Centre, Strangford Loch, Tower House, Temple Water and Wall Garden, arts and crafts, toilets. All visitors please follow the path and be aware of oncoming traffic. House entrance, Victoria Sunken Garden, laundry, stable and track. So, go and see what you can do.
Yeah, I reckon too. You're not going on the farm.
But see, if you lived local to one of these places and you had wains, you'd be well worthwhile having memberships, bring the wains to the park and all that, like. House and gardens to the right. It's going to be funny coming in here today and no guide, because they're supposed to tell you about the family, the two different styles they have. There's no other house I know anywhere with two different styles in it. This is the only one. Victoria Sunken Garden, Luna can do that. What's on? Sunday, 3rd October, cornball demonstrations. Saturday 14th, spooky ceramics. Maybe that's why it's more busy today, because of Halloween. A wee bit of horseplay taking place in there, boy. They've always got a wee bookshop, haven't they? So a lot of times too, see they go over there, got tack room and all. Them toilets would have been a room for something else. There's nothing to say what the toilets were. Laundry. Let's go and see the laundry. You know what, there's nothing to say dogs aren't allowed in here, you know. There's a proper job here, isn't it? Like, look how many irons on the go there, boys. That'd be a hateful job, wouldn't it? They wait to them irons all day. Pretty very wait to them, eh? That one there, you put the hot, no, you put the wee bit of metal in, you heat the metal up, and you drop the metal in there. I think that's how it works. Iron it wouldn't have got as hot. All these different types of irons here, boy. God, I'll tell you, that's a ton weight there. That is a ton weight. For fuck's sake. That there, you can hardly tempt that. That's more or less I expect a heavy iron to be. That there, boys, that must have just been for colours. That is about 2 or 3 kilograms. See all these boys, see women used to do this job here, like. See all these men going to these health clubs nowadays, they think they've got big muscles. Why don't I try a bit of ironing? Do you know what, it's actually handy not having gigs. Hands-on experience here. I would never have guessed that could be number 5. Number 5 must be half a kilogram, would it be? I think these boys here, we wouldn't handle them all. I think they would have been deluxe there. Look at that one there. The wee travel iron there, boys. Wee travel iron. She's as light as anything there, boys. That there. Oh. As heavy as it is, she takes more metal inside her. God, I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be using that. There's gas or paraffin or something there. That's one of the high-tech boys there. They've seen that in the Empire show in London. So there's you hang your laundry up there. Do you know oh, there's the washing there, boss. Who wants that job? Once a week, the cook in the house sent a pot of chicken fat to the laundry. The laundry maids rubbed the fat into their sore, calloused hands at the end of each working day. Scrubbing in there all day, I tell you. You'd be glad to get an iron job, wouldn't you, if you're scrubbing in there all day? Can you imagine what it costs to get the laundry done nowadays? You had to pay all these workers and feed them. It's not the matter just paying them the wage. They didn't get minimum wage. They had to be fed. And then they wanted holidays. They wanted a Sunday off. What can I carry on with up there? Oh, hey, that's it for a Sunday off. So I'll tell you what we've done. Sister uses a tumble dryer. And living in a 5-bedroom house, they've got spare rooms. And I told her about hanging the washing up. So they hang the washing up in one of the spare rooms, similar to that idea. And then they use a dehumidifier in the room, drying the clothes out. Fraction the cost. So if anybody got a spare room, see the way they hang them clothes across? I put brush shafts across, like dowel rods. The whole pile of them in the spare room. And they've been doing their clothes out for years. Very handy. So they were doing it way back then. Worked back then, it can work today. You've got the space. But say you do want to hang clothes up on the side, let the water evaporate, you get damp in your house. But if you run a dehumidifier underneath, that speaker must be playing. The women are humming to themselves. I actually hum at my work. I took up humming at my work. Just pass some of the boredom. See all these wee forbidden zones. You always want to know what's in them, don't you, like? Look how wide the steps are. You wouldn't have big wide steps like that there for something that wasn't used very much. There's modern concrete lintels in there and modern breeze blocks, so the house must be partly fallen down. They've had it proper up. There's the wash lines outside. Right, every time I shower, rain come on, boys. Oh, there we go again, back out. I want to get the big house now. Where's the big house? House and the dairy. See, people think automatic washing machines are a hassle getting plumbed up. Yeah, they bought one of these big houses here for washing years ago. A wee lights broke. And if you wanted a wee bit of milk and cheese and butter, with that cheese, you would have butter anyway. Yeah, they bought one of these places here. So they would have had oil lamps. Probably that's about the brightness it would have been. But suppose you couldn't have it too warm, could you? It's wooden benches. They could have had stone. Can you imagine the day they used them churns there and they moved over to these ones? Rather than say, oh, this could be a lot handier, they probably would have been. People don't like change, you know. And you see ones that have been churning like that there, maybe 20, 30 years, they would not have wanted to move to that. And they say, that's going to do away with jobs there, boys. If we change to these churns, they won't need 3 of us churning. They only need 1 of us. And if it wasn't for change, we would still be churning like that today. All the years I've been working in factories and all, nobody wants change. It's doing away with jobs, doing away with jobs. But who wants to churn today? You wouldn't get anybody, you couldn't employ anybody to churn today, you wouldn't want to do it. And that's what happens. The jobs get easier. Nobody wants to go back to the old ways. They had it handy. The locks. Try a wee handle. They had it handy. Refrigerator, milk and cream. Takes 2.5 gallons of milk to make 1 pound of butter. And to make good butter, a dairy must be cool and clean. The Castleward dairy faces south, but the louver windows and the steep slope of the laundry green outside kept it cool. 400 just had us facing north to begin with. Cleanliness involved hard work for the dairy maid, as all the water had to be carried from the laundry below in buckets. Churns were scalded with hot water, rinsed with cold water, washed again in salty water, and the waste was poured down the drain outside. God, it's heavy making work for yourself. When the milk arrived at the dairy, it was left to cool for a few hours. The still would have been warm coming out of the cow. Sometimes using a water-filled milk cooler, I'll just use water in. The cool milk was poured through a sieve, was rested on a small wooden stand to remove any particles of hair or grass which might have fallen in during the milking. Metal sieves and filters were also used. The next process was to separate the milk from the cream. Until early this century, milk was poured into crooks and left for the cream to rise to the surface. After 24 hours, the cream was either blown off into another jug What's that blown off? Where did I read that? Blown off. Or skimmed off with a perforated ladle. Castleward, a hand crank cream separator, made the dairymaid's task much easier. It was spoiled. As the light cream was spun off into one bowl and the heavier milk into another, the cream was then kept in a covered crooks for a few days to ripen or sour before churning. So there's a copy of the 1930, 35 was it, 31? I think that's actually somebody's handwriting, like. A lot of paperwork back in them days. Like, I don't eat butter myself. You think there's so much hassle making butter that they have to eat it. Was it that desperate they had to go to this length to make it? Nowadays we can't even be bothered opening a can of beans. It's too much effort to want to eat one pot. Can't even bother using a pin opener. So the National Trust wish to thank the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum, the Museum of English Rural Life, and all those who generously donated equipment to the Castleward Dairy. So all the stuff's not original here. I had to bring it in. there's the house now. So I think this house is used in Dungeons and Dragons. They went past it, and I didn't know because this house is two different styles. Now that I'm up at it, I think it was that, you know. Because I thought, well, they did film in Castle Ward, on it, they may as well use the house. It was only used for a wee quick second scene as they drove past. Which elevation? Say that elevation closest to us? No, I don't know. Need to look back at the movies, try and match it up. So this half of the house is totally different from the other half of the house. This half of the house can be seen from the drive coming in. So I think that's your man's. And the woman's half of the house must be the back that less people look at. Because he was embarrassed. Them stones look like they've all been renewed or painted or what? Why would they want to paint them? They've been painted, but why would you want to paint it? I have some drop there, boys. A lot of these houses always had the downstairs below, but normally you'd have maybe a metre gap. So that would let plenty of light down to the servants down the bottom. That's the machine of the house underneath. Don't think that's the right, it must be a roof or something. Maybe lead roof, that's what you would expect. Probably extension on there. Whenever the National Trust first opened, they didn't care about the kitchens. They always wanted to tell everybody the story of the big family. And then later on, people like yourself, interested in what the working man's done. And now they're trying to get kitchens up and going again. But at the very start, when they first started, they weren't interested in kitchens. This is the other half of the house now. This will be a woman's half, the Gothic style. Which is completely different from the other side. But some men have to do to keep women happy, like. Now, in all fairness now, I would say 2/3 of the house is his style, 1/3 is hers. She's only got the end gable, but inside the rooms, them rooms at the back are all Gothic style rooms. So she got about 50% of the rooms, but outside he's got the majority. See, he's got his style starting from here. So the man got the upper hand. They have patched that up there, like that stone, and it's just crumbling again. There's only so much restoration you can do, and you have to bring in new stone. So maybe that's why they're painting them up there, to protect them from crumbling.
There's also like a stable yard where the servants use.
Welcome to Castle Ward. House open Wednesdays to Mondays. Weekdays, guided tours early 11 to 3. Tickets from reception. Weekends free flow. How many people are going to come during the week? Are you allowed cameras in here?
Yes, it's no problem at all, as long as there's no flash, if that's okay.
No flash, no.
Yeah, but no more than welcome.
Is there a wee paper guide or anything to read, or?
The house itself, we've got along the same
Oh,
different
you
rooms, we've got little guides and audios as well in certain rooms too.
Right.
So if you have a look out for the information cards and the audios, but apart from that, if you have any questions, we'll hopefully be able to answer them
That's
too.
right, thank you. I remember them pillars are made of wood. So the music hall, the original entrance to the hall, to the castle, that would be the obvious. 1766, the family always used it as a music room for the tenant. Can't read all that there. Plasterwork on the ceiling, that's fine 18th century Irish, not really interested. There's family coat of arms above the door, the Victorians. Can't read all that. I know that's made of wood there. You need a wee audio guide.
People that last will be up to you, and then the stairs would be past the library on your right. So feel free to have them around. If you have any questions, hopefully I can answer them for you or somebody else. But yeah, essentially the guy that built the house.
I remember them saying on a past tour, see them violins, the boys doing the plaster work were spending far too long, and the boy of the house was getting pissed off. They spent like 11 months. 11 months in, they only had about a quarter of the work done. And he was going to cancel the payments or whatever. And all of a sudden then, the last month, everything was finished. Them violins and stuff up there, they reckon as real violins, just dipped in plaster. Because we're running short of time, they got real instruments, real items, stuck them in plaster and just stuck them on the wall. And until you actually draw a hole in and pull them apart, you can never prove that point. But they couldn't understand how they got the plastering finished at the last minute. So that's a wee story you hear in the guided tour. And you look at it like that does look like all you plaster and all there. And the violins, they do look like they could be dipped in plaster, you know. Do look like that. So it could be true, could be true. We'll do half the house first.
This door here is the more family in there. We'll go this way first and then we go around.
There's an excellent dinner. Stewed trifle head, Chinese food, soup in the middle,
The dining room.
the second dish, 9 dishes, was made out much the same way. Then it was taken away, fruit, pineapple, not good, a small plate of peaches, grapes and figs, the rest pears and apples.
This is where
Two
they.
French corn, very which had a good effect.
I've got a wee Bluetooth speaker over there. No harm, you can barely hear it. Oh my god. They put my hand out. We're setting off the alarms. The room is decorated 18th century wooden paneling. That's 1700s and something, isn't it? Dining room chairs are 18th century. The wood carvings above the fireplace depict the goddess. I couldn't read all them names. Family china on the table is French. I wonder why they couldn't buy local. It's bleak back in them days. Between the windows is a painting of Judge Michael Ward. So he was a judge. It's not going to play the wee audio thing again. The clock's still working. It's got the date on it as well. It's not going to play again now.
This is the formal dining room at Castle Ward and has been used as a place to serve the best of Irish hospitality for over 250 years. The table has been laid for a sumptuous dinner party with Georgian glass, monogrammed china, and 18th century Chippendale chairs. To ensure that the family always had a table of plenty for their guests, they turned to the myth and legend which secure this. If you look at the fireplace, you will notice a carved wooden relief of the goddess Demeter, the goddess of autumn harvests. She's surrounded by her little booty.
US 2136, disconnected.
Because my Bluetooth phone's gone onto a Bluetooth speaker. Why did that happen there? I've lost the audio now. God. Turn off the Bluetooth, see if we get it back. See it all now, like. Somebody sent me a text and it's gone on the Bluetooth speaker, knocked off. Nobody's going to hear the commentary now the rest of the day. Unbelievable that happened. You couldn't make it up.
So even the archway, you can see through those windows. It's almost like quite a bit of a very Middle Eastern in a sense. So there is the old Italian.
Do you know what? But see for its day, it is a nice house. A lot of these houses are very cold. The wood and paneling all is nice in it. Carpet's nearly full size. Buy library was a thing in this day. You know when people used to buy DVDs and you had to read DVD libraries and all? Your whole collection, even though you only watched the DVD once. Books were very expensive back when they bought these houses. So to have a couple of books, you had money. To have this number of books, didn't matter if you read them. People come in and say, God, where's there some money there? And each one of them books there, Shakespeare, Henry, whatever it is, Richard, they're all saying the same, right enough? It's got the whole collection there. History of the Tower, Volume 1, Volume 2. No TVs in them days, you see, what are you supposed to do? Ordnance Survey of Ireland, that'd be a good one there. Aye, that'd be interesting today. And you'd love to see the Ordnance Survey back in them days. Aye. So that's the Ordnance Survey of County Down. That's why Google Maps in the future. Google Maps, they're photographing every so often, and then you can go back and look at the old maps. There's one 1763 to 1764. That was the latest one when it came out there, you know. That was the latest. They got perspex sitting on top of them to keep the dust off them. Two 2,000 books dating from the 16th century. This is the woman's half now. Look at that ceiling there. Where would you get a ceiling like that? Only a woman could come up with that, isn't it? You just imagine how going to the plasters, I want this, and them boys all scratching their head. So fuck's sake. You just imagine the boys having this woman coming up with this idea, like, and them having to build it.